What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. It's less than 24 hours now till we take on Leicester City in the Premier League, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it, folks. International football is over until March. Now we get to look at the real stuff. How the hell are we, ladies and gentlemen? I hope that you're all well. I apologise for being a couple of minutes late tonight. My little dude just banged his noggin just before I was about to come on. Now, he's absolutely sound, but you know with kids, you have to go and give them a little hug, a little pat on the head and just say, you'll be alright, little soldier. So look, apologies again. I really don't like being late, but I always seem to be. So apologies for that, ladies and gents. Right, we've got a bit of team news to go through as well, a few other bits and pieces. I hope that we're all good. Man City, who are they exactly? Hello, Killian Plummer. How are you, mate? Welcome in. I hope everything's going alright. Let me just check. Hello, Danny Dog as well. How are you, buddy? Title race is still Liverpool and City, said Kate is the next Iniesta. I'm with you on that one, mate. I think it is as well. What's your thoughts on the Tottenham squad? We'll go through all of that. We've loads to talk about tonight, folks. He's okay. He's absolutely sound. Don't worry about the little dude. He's fine. But I appreciate the support. Look, ladies and gentlemen, before we kick off tonight's stream, really quickly, last chance to get on this. Our sponsors, Boyle Sports, have given us an incredible enhanced offer. Thiago Jota to score the first goal tomorrow against Leicester City. Now 7-1 only with our link at the top of the chat there and in the description of the stream. It is 18 plus, UK and Irish residents only. Maximum stake £10 and begambleaware.org is there for all your safe gambling tools. But look, ladies and gentlemen, get on that one. 7-1 from 5-1. So there we go. That's tonight. That's the bills paid. Now we get into the fun side of things. Look, last night I did my predicted 11. A lot of you guys went over and watched the preview video, and thank you so much for that one as well. Scotty's on it. Good man, Scotty. But since we watched that, as is always seems to be the way, we do a stream, and then when we finish the stream, more news comes out. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, based on last night's news, it's looking like Thiago won't be available for the game tomorrow, at least to start the game. Now, I'm going to take you through what Jurgen Klopp said about the situation, and we can make up our own minds from there. This is what he's had to say about Thiago's injury and the reason that he has been out for as long as he has. He said his absence is a consequence of the injury. It was a stray kick on his knee, so it's the consequence of the injury. People are desperate to see him, so am I, but I cannot change these things. We have to deal with the consequence of the injuries and the accidents, the fouls, whatever. In this game, there were fouls, harsh fouls, and it could have been played before. He would have, but he couldn't. He's out there on the pitch running all that stuff. It won't be too long anymore. In the same day, we got the horrible scam pictures from Virgil, and we kind of relieved it wasn't as serious for Thiago, but it's always clear that it will be a few days. But it was always clear it would not be a few days. My apologies. In the first few days, we thought it would settle quickly, but it didn't. So that's what you have to accept. So we didn't rush it. We prepare him for the rest of the season, not for the games he can play, and not this situation. So look, there we go. Jurgen Klopp saying basically Thiago won't be ready for the game tomorrow. I'm hoping that this is a bit of mind games, and at least he's on the bench. We might be able to get a few minutes out of him, but it's not looking positive, folks. So with that, I did revise my 11, so I'm going to pull that up for you guys now. I did do a revised starting 11 for tomorrow's game, so I'm going to pull that up on the screen for you guys now in a second and see what we think of it. VVD back in light training. Yes, he is. So look, here's the predicted 11 that I've gone for, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow's game, with the news that Thiago probably won't be able to play. I've gone for Allison in goal, and I have made a change here. I brought in Nico Williams at right back to go alongside Fabinho, Joe Matip and Robbo. In the midfield then, I've gone for James Milner, Naby Keita, Gini Wijnaldum, and then up front, Mane, Firmino, Jota. Now, people who watch the preview video will be saying to me, Craig, hang on, that's different from the team that you had up last night. It is, but this is a consequence of what the gaffers had to say. So that's the 11 that I think will start now tomorrow. So again, let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you think. No Reece or Nat. Not in my team, not if Fabinho plays. That's the reason that no Nat Williams or Nat Phillips or, Reece Williams. I think we'll probably see Reece Williams for the Champions League game. This to me is the more important game. It really is. What else have we got, ladies and gentlemen? Is Fabinho going to be available? Yes, it is looking like Fabinho will be available for the game tomorrow, which is great news. That's my predicted 11 that I've changed. I'm going to stick with a 3-1 win for the Reds because, yeah, I'm going to be ballsy. Why not? Salah's not in, mate. No, Salah has, he's tested positive and he flew back to Liverpool yesterday, I believe, but won't be available because he still has to self-isolate. So it could be 3 games maybe that we lose out him for, unfortunately. But look, it'll give him a little bit of a rest if we're to try and take any positives from it. Milner at right back. Yeah, I thought that, Dave, until I looked at the midfield options. And bear with me. Look, I'll bring it back up a second and I'll describe why I've changed from Milner from right back to central midfield. The reason I've made that change, mate, is because of what's coming up on Wednesday. So a lot of you will probably say Craig, Curtis Jones, Reece Williams, Shaqiri, and they're all very good valid options. But I think with the game against Atalanta coming up on Wednesday, that's where we're going to see Reece Williams. That's where we're going to see Curtis Jones. That's where we're going to see Sheridan Shaqiri and stuff like that. I just don't think our midfield options will be good enough if we put Milner back into right back for this game. Now, if Thiago is available, that would be different, but let's look at it without Milner in midfield. So then our options are going to be Gini Wijnaldum, who's played a lot of football, a lot of internationals as well over the last few weeks. Curtis Jones, who, still not fully experienced at this level, but getting there. Who else would we have available then? Obviously Naby Keita, and then who else do you play in there? I think we need to win that midfield battle tomorrow, and I think James Milner in the midfield, having trained all week, is probably what we're going to see. But again, love to know what you guys think on it. I'd love to know your starting 11s. I know a lot of people are going to want to talk about Spurs as well, so don't worry, I'll go through that in a few minutes and tell you why they won't be winning the league, because they won't be winning the league. Did I mention that Spurs won't be winning the league because they won't be winning the league? It all kind of ties into the fact that Spurs won't be winning the league because they won't be winning the league. Spurs won't be winning the league. That's pretty much where I'm going to go with that. I'll give you the long reason why in a few minutes, but Spurs won't be winning the league. Craig, Liverpool need to give more chances to the kids. I think we'll see that, Dara, but I think we'll see that on Wednesday against Atalanta, mate. We want to win the Premier League title. We have a little bit of a cushion in the Champions League in that we've had 9 points out of 9. We should be good enough, even with a couple of changes, to beat Atalanta at home. And then next weekend, we get back to Premier League action. So that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, again, happy to have a conversation around it, folks. I think Spurs are more of a threat than City this season. Let's have a chat about it then. Why not, ladies and gents? This is your show. Let's have a chat around the whole Spurs situation. Here's what confuses me with regards to Spurs being played up as title contenders. Today was the first time they've had a serious game this season, I think, really. I mean, they've had a couple of difficult ones at the start, but other than that, they've had a relatively easy run. Now, the games are coming thick and fast for Mourinho and Spurs. They've got European action during the week. Then they're going to have, who have they got next weekend? Chelsea, isn't it? They're going to play Chelsea next weekend. So again, someone's dropping points there, Chelsea or Spurs. I just don't think Spurs are going to have the legs to last the race. On any given day, Spurs are capable of beating anybody. I will give them that. Same with Manchester City, of course. Same with Liverpool. Same with United on their day as well. If they show up, they're capable of beating most teams. I just don't think, with the injuries that Harry Kane will likely pick up throughout the season, with Bale still getting back to form, still getting back to fitness, Son is tremendous. And by the way, I want to give Harry Kane massive credit today. Harry Kane was unplayable in that match against Manchester City today. He absolutely ran the show, dropping deep, and it was a thoroughly brilliant performance. Nothing but credit for Harry Kane for that performance today. He was brilliant. And Manchester City got taught a lesson yet again. Having 60-70% of the football means nothing. It's what you do with it. And Spurs were ruthless and they were clinical, and they got the win, and a deserved win in my mind. They sat back, they soaked up everything that Manchester City had to throw at them. They defended magnificently. Manchester City's goal was rightly ruled out. It was a handball by Jesus. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. It was a handball, clear as day. And other than that, they just huffed and puffed. But Harry Kane, Son, Spurs, they delivered. Fair play to them. I just don't think they'll last the pace over the course of a season. I think they'll pick up a few injuries, and when they're starting to drop into their backup players, I think they'll be found out a little bit. That's just my take on Spurs. That doesn't mean I don't rate them as a team. I think they're a very good team. I'm actually surprised at how well Mourinho has got them playing, if I'm being completely honest with you. But I just don't think they'll last the pace. Same as I don't think Chelsea will last the pace either. I think for Spurs, the Thursday-Sunday thing, I think it'll just be too much in the end. And I think, and people will say why, because we're playing Wednesday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Sunday, but there's something about the Europa League. There's something about having to maybe trek to far-flung places in very Eastern Europe, or it just seems to affect teams more, the Thursday, Sunday, than the Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. At least that's my vibe on it anyway. And Norman King said tactical masterclass of parking the bus. Absolutely. I'll give full credit to Mourinho and Spurs for that result today. I don't want to take anything away from them. They deserve that win. Fair play to them. Manchester City, we've seen that how many times? Guardiola just does not seem to have a plan B in these situations. How many times? And we're the ones, by the way, that gets told we can't break down a low block. But Manchester City, time and time again, have been found out. So yeah, look, I'm looking forward to the next 2 years with Guardiola back in the league, signing that new contract, because I honestly think once we get everybody back, once we start to get free from injuries, we will pull away at the top of this league. I'm so confident about it. When will Salah be back? From what I've read, not Atalanta. I think there might be a slight possibility for next weekend, but I'm not 100% on that one. Will Trent play against Brighton? No. Would be my guess. He'd be a little bit ahead of schedule if that was the case. I have a little bit of stuff on Erling Haaland and David Alaba, by the way, to do later on as well. And before I go on any further, I want to give a shout out. Matheus Muzialowski scored his first goal today for the Reds under-18s, and our young Brazilian goalkeeper Marcelo Pitaluga made his first competitive start today as well in a resounding 5-0 victory over Leeds earlier on. So well done to the under-18s, well done for Muzialowski for scoring his first goal, and well done for Pitaluga for keeping his first competitive clean sheet as well. Massive credit to those guys. Good to see the younger teams doing well. Brighton game probably. Sakeda's next to Iniesta. For Salah, yeah, potentially, mate. I think he's in with a good chance for that game. But look, I don't know. What's my top 4 this season? Good question mark. I was actually talking to Connor about this earlier on. It's very difficult because it keeps changing, but I think I'm going to stick with it. I think I'm going to go Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, Spurs. That's my guess at the top 4. But look, there's absolutely every opportunity that somebody else could make up ground and grab that 4th spot. See Manchester City in 10th in the table, and Manchester United, I think, 15th in the table. It just shows you it's been a batshit crazy year, but I think that it has to get back to some sense of normality at some point, and the cream will rise to the top. And obviously, we're the double cream. We're the cream. We're going to rise to the top. I said double cream now. I don't even know if double cream rises, does it? I don't know. But either way, we're going to the top. That's what I'm saying. Hello, Elijah John 5 as well. Welcome into the chat, everybody that's in with us tonight. I hope you're having a cracking Saturday. I hope that you're all buzzing for tomorrow against Leicester City. I'm expecting a 3-1 win for the Reds. That's what I've gone for, but it won't be easy. I really think it won't be easy. Oh look, it's another fake Mark Ulbridge account that's back into pretend he's Mark Ulbridge again. Hello, pretendy Mark Ulbridge account. How are you? I hope that you're pretending well there. I know that's not Goldbridge because I know the way he types, and that isn't him. He wouldn't come in and say, "Hi, Craig." That's not Goldbridge. What else have we got? What time's kickoff? 7:15, ladies and gentlemen. 7:15 tomorrow night for the game against Leicester. We're going to be on air, of course. I like saying on air. It makes it sound like we're a fully fledged TV channel. We're going to be live from 6:45 tomorrow night with a preview show ahead of the game. And again, if you want to get on that 7-1 Diogo Jota enhanced special, it's only available for Anfield Agenda viewers. It's only available on that link. You won't find it on the Boyle Sports app. You won't find it on their site. It's only available with us here, especially for our viewers. So if you want to get on that, let me know you're on it in the chat. And again, we've got some free bets to give away, which we're going to be announcing after the game tomorrow. To be given a chance to win those free bets, watch the preview video, and then at the end of it, we ask you to comment something in the chat. It's really straightforward. Excited to see Jota play alongside Firmino. As am I, K-Dot, mate. As am I. Very excited. I mean, look, having Salah out is a massive kick in the goalies, but having Diogo Jota makes everything a little bit easier to take. Diogo Jota, Mane, Firmino. I'm expecting a lot of interchanging. I'm expecting a different player to come deep, pick up the ball. I'm expecting them to stretch that Leicester City defence, and I'm expecting carnage, if I'm being honest with you. I'm expecting our boys to tear up that defence and show that we'll be alright without Salah. Look, I'm just going to block this account 1 second because I don't like people coming in telling lies, and I count this as telling lies. So 1 second while I just get rid of them. There you go. Sorry, Mr. Fake Goldbridge, but you're gone now. Don't like people using Mark's account either. You know, Mark works hard to get his reputation to where it is. He doesn't need some fake account out there putting... Now, to be fair, he wasn't putting stuff derogatory in, but he's not Mark Goldbridge. What have we got? Why would Mark Goldbridge be in here when he's on doing the United stream now when United are playing? So you know what I mean? He's not going to drop into our chat to say hello, is he? Neil Davies said Sadio is so good. With him on the pitch, we always see goals. Exactly. And that was my bet of the week when it was Craig versus the bookies. I went for Sadio Mane to score, Liverpool to win, and over 2.5 goals in the game. That's what I went for my bet for tomorrow. Leon went for something similar, but he added in, I think it was a John Matip yellow card as well. So let me know if you're on the 7-1 folks in the chat. Craig, your channel has become so big that it may be time for Connor to turn members only chat on during watch-alongs. Look, let me just fill you in on a couple of things that we will and won't do on the channel. We will never go behind a paywall. That's been our promise from day one, and I promise that to you guys. We will never, ever, ever put a barrier between you and our content because of money. Now, you might say to me, Craig, you brought in a sponsor and all. Yeah, but we got to pay the bills. Do you know what I mean? We've got to try and progress our careers as well, but it'll never intrude on the content. We'll never put stuff behind a paywall. We'll never make sure that only members can comment and stuff like that. As much as we love and appreciate our members, and look, we wouldn't be here without them, it wouldn't be fair to turn on members only chat. We want everybody to have an equal opportunity to get their comments and points across, because financial issues or financial barriers shouldn't come in the way of fan content. That's always been my belief from day one. I know Connor's the same, so yeah, WFM. Do you know what I mean? WFM, folks. I'm in a cracking mood. I'm so excited about tomorrow. Thank God Liverpool didn't sign Timo. I still think he would have been a great player at Liverpool, mate. I think it'll take him time to settle in at Chelsea, and I think he will end up being a good signing for them. I mean, look, Chelsea have put together a cracking squad. There's no doubt about that. Next season, I'm expecting a real challenge from Chelsea for the Premier League title. I just think it might take them a season to kind of get their bearings and get together. Craig, what's over 2.5 goals in the game? It's, as you said, Scotty, yes, it's basically 3 goals, mate. It's a thing that betting companies put out there. Over 1.5, over 2.5, basically means the next one up, so 3 in this case. You're a good lad, God bless you. Thank you, man. Look, if it means us taking a financial hit, not doing things like, you know, going to Patreon, going behind we don't care. We want to form a community on here, and we want you guys to enjoy what we're doing and what you do. And look, yes, there will be times where we have to introduce stuff like a sponsor and stuff, because we want to make a living out of this at some point as well. I want to make my family's life better. I want to fulfill all of our dreams. But we also know that we're fans, and we know that I know from being on my arse financially before as well that I'd like to do stuff or watch stuff and it's behind a paywall, and I don't want to do that to people. It's just, I'd rather sacrifice, work a year extra to get to where we want to get, but do it in the way that we think is right. And again, sorry if that disappoints people, but you know, money doesn't motivate us, and building the biggest Liverpool fan community in the world is what motivates us. And I'm not saying that we're going to do that, folks, but why not give it a bash? Dream, reach for the stars. I hope Liverpool can still win the league, and says insert username. Of course we can, mate. Of course we can. What have we got it? Dara's gone. Craig 7-1. Good man, you're on it. Love it. Anybody else on it in the chat? Let me know. Do I think Trent will be back soon? Said Ali Khan. Ali, mate, I'm hoping maybe the next league game after Brighton. But again, it's so difficult with these because you don't want the players to be rushed back. Although we really want Trent back, of course, mate. As Klopp said with Thiago, there's a long season ahead. I mean, how mad is it that we're only about a quarter of the way through the season now, and it feels like so much longer? Maybe because of the short break, the short turnaround that we had. Bruno, how are you, Bruno? Said, as much as Tottenham did well against Manchester City, I wouldn't get too cocky, Tottenham fans. It only takes one game for it all to fall down. Yes. I mean, the league table is very compact and tight at the minute. Liverpool and Leicester pick up points tomorrow. They'll go back up on top of the league. Well, Leicester, if they get a point, Liverpool, if they win, back up on top of the league. And it just goes to show you that everybody is fancying it this season. Everyone thinks they can have a pop at the title, and it should make for a very interesting season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dara said, Craig, you're better than Redmen TV. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I've got nothing but respect for Redmen and what they do. Make great content, but we do it in a different way. That's what I'd say. We do things in a bit of a different way on here. But you know me, I've got nothing but love for everybody. I wish everybody could succeed. Do you know what I mean? I wish all the channels out there, the Lee Chappie, the Goldbridges, even the AFTVs, who I'm not overly fond of, Expressions, all the lads, I want them all to do well. I want all of us to fulfill our dreams and live our lives to the best that we can. I'm in a really good mood today, folks. I'm in a fucking cracking mood. Would I ever start a gaming channel? I don't play computer games, man. I'm not a gamer. I wish I was, because there was nothing would make me happier than being on there playing FIFA with Mark or Expressions and smashing controllers and breaking screens, because that's what I'd be doing. But it's just not my thing. I just can't get into it. Joel Morris said, United draw 0-0 at half-time and they're struggling. Can see Liverpool winning tomorrow 2-1. Joel, you've always been very good, buddy, with the super chats and stuff. Thank you. But you're not a member, mate. That's mad. How are you not a member when you spend so much on super chats, buddy? You should become a member next time rather than sending one of the super chats, because you get into the Discord group then, buddy. You'll get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name. You'll get the use of all the custom emojis. And I've been on Connor Crosby to make sure he has a Diogo Jota one ready. Chris said, hi from Leicester till I die TV. How are you, Chris? Lovely to have you in, buddy. What are your thoughts on the game tomorrow, Chris? You looking forward to it? Obviously, Leicester in good form. Obviously, mate, that we're a little bit worried about Jamie Vardy. I won't lie to you, Chris. He makes me nervous. But lovely to see you in, man. I hope your channel's doing well. Iris Gar said, and Mundo Sporto as well. Yes, we will be doing a game on Tuesday on Mundo Sporto. We're going to be doing Paris Saint-Germain versus Leipzig. So make sure you've subscribed to our second channel. Again, there's a link in the description for that. And we even have a third channel now. Yes, you heard me right, a third channel. Anfield Agenda LFC News is our third channel. And what we're going to do with that channel is put out the shorter content, 4 or 5 minute clips for people who don't have the time to watch the long form content that we make. So again, all the links to all our channels, all the links to all our offers, everything is in the description of the stream. Links to become a member, all the stuff that I don't care about because I only want to make fucking content. I keep saying this to Connor. We have these meetings and we talk and he says to me, this and this and project this is, and all I'm hearing is me. All I want to do is sit in front of this camera with you crazy motherfuckers and have some fun. That's all I want to do. Everything else to me is just noise. Who remembers Salah? Oh, I'm not reading that out. Nope. Craig, I think LFC are capable of winning the treble. That's it, Dara. There you go, mate. Me and you, buddy. We'll drag everybody with us on this Anfield Agenda propaganda machine that we're creating. Haaland scored a second half hat-trick. Beautiful. Right, that leaves me in rather nicely, Rob, to a little bit about Erling Haaland. Alf Inge Haaland, his father, has been speaking about the future of his son and the possibility of him leaving Dortmund. And here's what he had to say. You never know what will happen. We haven't talked about such a step yet. I think he would like to win some trophies with Dortmund. That is his goal. Erling can still achieve a lot in Germany and make great progress. Abroad is not a priority for us. And look, I agree 100% with his father. I think he should remain at Dortmund. I think he should stay there for a couple of seasons. It's a cracking club. He dreamed, as we spoke with Yannick Fjordhoff about playing in front of the yellow wall. And look, this season with no fans being in there, he hasn't really had a chance to do that properly. And I think with his buyout clause coming into effect in 2022, we may see a move on then. But his father's right. Leave him be. Let him settle in Dortmund. Let him play some more European football. He's still a very young lad. And then let him come to Liverpool in 2022 and it'll all be grand. Pat Panisar, how are you, my long friend? Pat's a very good friend of the channel. Hi fella, just a little to support the channel. You are a gentleman, sir. And I can't wait to meet up and shake your hand one day. Actually, you're not getting a shake in the hand. You're getting a fucking hug, Pat. I can't wait to meet up and give you a big dirty hug, mate. What else have we got? I hope Haaland signs for Liverpool as a Chelsea fan, said Bryce. Nice. I'd love him, man. I'd absolutely love him. I really would. Craig, who would I take, Mbappe or Haaland? Probably Mbappe, but it's a very difficult decision. I think Haaland's more what we need. But if we were to lose, let's say, Mohamed Salah or something, then I would say Mbappe, but I don't think we can afford him, if I'm being quite frank about it. Can I sing the Bobby Firmino song? There's something that the cop wants you to know. He's the best in the world, he's Bobby Firmino. Our number 9. Passing the ball and he'll score every time. Si, senor. Pass the ball to Bobby and he will score. There's something that the cop wants you to know. No, mate, I'm not in the mood for singing today. It's all I mean, it's a Saturday, I'm trying to chill out. Look, I hope you're all well. Don't mind my shitty singing, folks. Anyone's ears that are destroyed, send your bill to Connor for your headphones or anything like that. Opinion on Upamecano liking the Instagram post about United. I didn't know he did, Benjamin, mate. But what have we got? Upamecano liking a post about United. I don't know, mate. Maybe it was a bit of a charity outreach thing or something like that. Maybe he just wanted to make them feel good because they're not in a great place right now. I don't know, but we'll be on Upamecano watch on Tuesday on Mundo Sporto, so I hope you can join us for that one. UCL Roblox says stop. How about kiss my ass? Does that work? Don't like it, mate. No one asked you to be here. I did say we're a little bit different to other fan channels. You know what I mean? So he's definitely out tomorrow. Unfortunately, it looks like that way, Dex. Yes, it looks like there's no Thiago tomorrow. Now, I'm hoping that he's going to be in the squad. Really quickly, was anybody watching the Orlando City game a few minutes ago before I started this stream by any chance? If you thought that the standard of football or standard of refereeing was awful in the Premier League, get over and watch the MLS. I was watching it last night. Referee sending players off for no reason. Then today, penalty shootout was the most farcical penalty shootout you'll ever see in your life. Goalkeeper got a second yellow card in the penalty shootout for being a millimetre, 2 millimetres off his line. Fair enough, retake the penalty, but he booked them and sent them off. Then they didn't know that there was another penalty to go in sudden death. I mean, I love the MLS. I love the progression that it's made. I love all the US fans and the way they're really getting into the game. But last night, the game was being played on an American football pitch and the ball was bobbling all over the place. I think it was Nashville's home game. Nashville were playing... Who were they playing last night? I can't remember who they were playing. And it was awful. Awful. Did anybody watch it? Honestly, if you didn't see the incident in the Orlando game, the penalty shootout, watch it later on. It's crazy. What else we got? Lunchtime kickoff next weekend. I know, man. I hate 12:30 kickoffs. And for those that aren't aware, that's when we're playing Brighton. And basically, that's like that's like one of you lads having to get up at 5 a.m. to watch a game, because that's not even breakfast time for me. Neil Davies said very naive. I'm not sure what that's about, Neil, mate. Somebody putting in a fake Connor Crosby account. They've misspelled both of his fucking names. Do you know what I mean? You've misspelled his first name and his second name, mate. Off the troll college for you, my friend. You're going to have to enhance your reputation. So we'll enroll you in September. Full scholarship, the whole works. Would Upamecano sign? Why would he sign for United, Liverpool, or the future? From what I've gathered, and again, you have to take this with a pinch of salt, Ralph Rangnick, who was the sporting director of the whole Red Bull franchise, has said that a move to Bayern Munich he could see happening for Upamecano. He said he knows the family, he knows that they're planning out his career, doing things in the right way. Very complimentary, of course, towards the family, and rightly so. I'm sure he has a lovely family. But look, yeah, you can't rule out Liverpool. I get a feeling we're going to do something in January. Just kind of reading between the lines of Klopp speaking at the presser yesterday and the statements that were put out last night. I think they're looking at it. They won't guarantee it, but I think they're looking to do something in January. And clearly the centre-back is the position we should be looking at. I watched Ben White today again playing for Brighton against Aston Villa. A cracking win for Brighton, by the way. Fair play to them. Congratulations on the victory. Lamptey, what a player, by the way. What a player Lamptey is. He got sent off today, actually, for a second yellow. Any Fabinho or Thiago or Hendo for the Leicester game? Thiago, no. Hendo, no. Fabinho, most likely, mate. Yes, we'll probably see Fabinho tugging out a centre-back tomorrow. Everybody's ruling us out. I think that's unfair given the list of injuries, but we're mentality monsters. Hope we keep fighting, said Gakul. I don't understand why people are ruling us out, mate. Because we've missed two centre-backs. That's the long and short of it. If we boil all the other stuff down, we bring Hendo back in, we bring Thiago and Fabinho back in, we bring Trent back in. They're all short enough term injuries. So I don't see why people are writing us off, but let them write us off. Write us off at your peril. That's what I would say. This group won't accept second best. This group won't give up. Hendo won't let them. The gaffer won't let them. Robbo said he's even willing to go and play centre back in a pinch if needs be. We've got Costa Simicas as well. I'm expecting him to play against Atalanta on Wednesday. Don't write us off. As fans, don't write us off. Am I going to do a stream for the Canelo versus Smith fight? No way, man. I'm absolutely going to sit back and watch and enjoy that fight. Because I've got a feeling, mate. I really do there. I've got a feeling that Mundo Smith is going to shock the world and beat Canelo Alvarez. I've been a Callum Smith and Smith Brothers fan, mate. Gone back a long, long time. Stephen, Liam, Paul, Callum. Those four brilliant fighting brothers from the fantastic city of Liverpool. I'm full on Team Smith. And I'm expecting him to shock the world. I really am. Let everybody rule us out. Why the hell should we care? Oh, cop expert, man. You are built of the same mould as me, sir. Absolutely. If everybody else doubt us, mate, fuck them. That's it. Fuck them. Oh, look, it's the fake United Stand account now. With, again, the double space before the exclamation mark. Giving it away, man. Do you know what I mean? I know the United stand account. I have Drawdy and Mark on WhatsApp if I wanted to send them a message to see if it was them. But look, let's have a bit of fun. Shall we? Let's have a bit of fun tonight, ladies and gents. David Alaba. Reports in Spain believe that La Liga is the preferred destination for David Alaba if and when he leaves Bayern Munich. I've been saying all along to you guys that his preference is Spain, but now again that's starting to come more out into the media. We will be linked with him. United may be linked with him. He may well sign a new deal at Bayern Munich. I don't know. Bayern Munich will move for Upamecano probably if David Alaba goes on. But I've always said the signing of David Alaba I didn't see as a Liverpool signing. I didn't think that it made much sense. Moving to Spain with Real Madrid being in the position that they're in, they could probably do with another defender. I think that makes sense, and I think that's probably the chapter in his career that he's going to want to go and have. And look, he's had a very good career. He's a very good player. I've just never seen him as the right fit at Liverpool. And I know it's an easy option because his contract's running out, but if Bayern Munich want €30 million for him, why not just go and put another 15-20 to that and get a young up-and-coming centre-back who has experience, somebody like Upamecano, somebody like Ben White, somebody like Pau Torres, somebody like, I don't know, who else? We've been linked with that guy, Ozan Kabak as well. I don't fancy him much if I'm being honest with you. Right, what else have we got? West Brom giving a panel on that one. Ooh, interesting. Dara said, I've been watching Callum since he was a young amateur. He's very good talent. He is, man, and he's huge for super middleweight as well. I mean, I'd be interested to hear, Dara, what the rehydration clause is in that fight, if there is a rehydration clause, because Callum could put on 9-12 pound easily, even more, 16 possibly overnight once he rehydrates. He's going to be a monster in there against Alvarez. He really is. Let the haters doubt us. They'll end up with egg on their face. Love it, Bruno. There you go, man. Well in. Penalty was overturned. Of course it was. I don't want to say anything about it. I'm not even going to open my mouth because I've got myself into trouble by opening my mouth before about penalties and stuff like that. Hi Craig. Eno. How are we, Ian? The Mad Darlington fan is back in. How are you, mate? David Coote strikes again. I know, yeah. David Coote. Do you know what I mean? I think he's a Manchester United fan. I think there's been stuff put out there about that. I can't say for certain, but I think he might be. But look, whatever. Leave him be. Leave them be. There's only so many times you can be saved by stuff like that. And I haven't seen the incident, so I don't know if it was or wasn't a penalty. But, you know, David Coote. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, David Coote. Sad what's happening to our beautiful game. It is. And look, can we have a little conversation around this for a few minutes? Because there are some things going on in the game right now that are just ridiculous. The handball rule is farcical. Offside needs to be looked at massively. I think the one that may actually push that is the Bamford incident. The fact that he was offside because he was pointing at where he wanted the ball, even though his 2 feet, or at least one of his feet, were outside the box when the defenders, some of them were inside the box. It was farcical. And then today, even in the Manchester City game, there's still uncertainty around whether Jesus did handball it or not. I think he did personally, but it's the shirt line of the arm now is what they're saying. But that's very inconclusive again, depending on obviously what position the player's body in, if they, you know, how far up the arm the shirt sleeve is, because, you know, some people like to roll the shirt sleeves up a bit or pull it up a bit on their shirt. I don't know about this, ladies and gents. To me, anything below the shoulder should be a handball. I'm old school like that. But also, they're giving a lot of penalties for stuff that defenders can't stop. So, defenders should be throwing the body in the way. They should be absolutely blocking crosses, throwing the bodies on the line. But they're afraid to do it now because they know if the ball hits their hand. Look at the penalty that was given for Manchester City. Joe Gomez. What could he do? He was turning away from the ball and it hit his arm and he still gets a penalty given against them. Then we see in the second half a similar incident and we got nothing for it. Wasn't even publicly reviewed that I'm aware of anyway. It is ruining our game, you're right. And it's making us talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is VAR. I mean, we thought the old offside decisions gave us something to chat about with our mates down the pub or whatever, but VAR is dominating every headline pretty much at this point. It is ruining the sport because they can't implement it properly and they can't make up their goddamn mind about the rules. It's crazy. Apparently Robbo might play centre-back versus Leicester. I already spoke about that earlier on, mate, and he won't be playing centre-back against Leicester. What he said was, if the manager needed me to play centre-back, I'd do it. I'd play wherever I can. That's pretty much what he said. I think then, you know, people are putting 2 and 2 together and guessing he might play at centre-back. I don't think that he will. If he does, sound. I mean, if he plays Costa Simicas at left back, moves Robbo inside a little bit, grand. So be it. I'll back any of these lads because they're all solid pros. Those rules are so subjective, it's now a choice, not a ruling. Yes, it's how's it any different exactly to the linesman putting up his flag or not? And one of the things I hate most about the offside rule now is the fact that they wait for a player to touch the ball or they wait for the incident to be over. I've seen on at least 3 occasions that I can remember now, a player who was in an offside position become involved in the game, the offside not be given, but the defender clears it. But then it comes to an attacking player and he then goes in and they create an opportunity and score from it. Just if he's offside, he's offside. Doesn't matter if it's out wide and it doesn't lead to an attacking opportunity. This delaying of raising the flag, yes, if he's clean through on goal, by all means delay raising the flag. But some of the decisions about that are ridiculous as well. What's my prediction for the game? 3-1 win, Cam. I'm going for a 3-1 win for the Reds. United penalty now. Of course there is. Oh, this is a shambles, ladies and gents. I swear VAR has to go. They need to work on it and implement these half-hearted choices costing teams. Yeah, and what we're seeing as well for him is referees gone over to the monitors and very rarely overturning what's being said because, again, they're not really wanting to overrule their mates. Now, fair play to Mike Dean earlier on for ruling out that goal. I think, it took a bit of courage to do that. How are they getting another penalty? Oh my goodness. I haven't seen any of these incidents, by the way, folks, so I don't know what the West Brom incident was like. I've no idea what the United incident was like. But look, let them have 5,000 penalties. They still ain't winning the league, so it won't really make a difference. Oh, this is mental. Look, the game is being ruined, you're right. It's mad. I'm just reading through some of your comments here. So I gather it was a handball that United got the penalty for by the looks of it. The amount of these gobshites in the chat. Right. I'm just waiting to hear what's going on in the game, so I'm relying on you folks now to let me know what's going on. What's just happened? We're waiting for a penalty in the United game, mate, apparently. One ruled out for West Brom, then the other end, and then United go get a penalty up that end. This is crazy. He missed it, has he? Has he missed it? Saved! Oh, you love to see it. Oh, even when they're trying to be given advantages, they still fuck it up. Brilliant. Things that you love to see. This. Bruno. Oh, God, Bruno. He's not the Messiah. He's just a very naughty boy. Shocking penalty call. That's what you get. Fuck them. Exactly. What the hell's going on in the EPL, said Kempo, mate. I don't know. It's farcical. It's getting beyond the joke. They're ruining the best league in the world with the technology not being implemented correctly. But to be fair, the handball rule, and we were only speaking about it earlier on, it's an absolute farce. And I haven't seen the United penalty incident, so I'm not basing it off that. But we spoke about the handball rule. Gomez penalty that got given, joke of a handball. I've seen so many of them. It's ridiculous. Retake. Of course it's a retake. Of course there's a retake. The keeper must have been, what, off his line? Is there a retake? What's going on here? Retake, no retake. Do you know what? I'm gonna fucking put the telly on here, folks. I'm gonna watch this with you guys. Right, let's see if there's a pen or not in this game. What's going on? What's it on? What channel's it on? I'm watching this live with you. Nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. There we go. It was retaken and he scored it. The absolute state of them. The absolute state of them. They really are the team that just gets given everything, aren't they? Beyond the joke, like. I just turned it on there for the goal. Keeper was off his line. Yep, another rule that's completely unfair. As a former goalkeeper, I can tell you wholeheartedly, it's very difficult to get forward momentum to make a save and stay on your line. They just keep penalising everything. They're just ruining the fucking game. It's mad. But look, the rules are the rules. If he was off his line, it has to be retaken. The rule has to be applied. But They really do get everything, aren't they? But look, they can fucking get all these dodgy penalties. They're still shy, so it doesn't matter. Yes, I think you're right, Kareem. I think that was at least the second penalty they've been allowed to retake this season. They're crap. It doesn't matter. They can put out who they want. They have a clown as a manager. They have a dabbing £90 million fool that's ripping the club off week after week for their wages. They have no defenders. The goalkeepers they can't make up their mind about. De Gea's one week he's great, the next week he's shy. They think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the next coming of Trent and he's nowhere near him. Bruno Fernandes is just a penalty machine and hitting hope merchant, so I really don't give a shite about United. Their fans can kiss my ass. The club can kiss my ass. They're not getting anywhere, and I'm sick of hearing about them, to be quite frank. They're not going to be winning the Premier League anytime soon. They're not going to be back up challenging. They're a very long way off, and they need to admit it. We need to admit it. And we need to stop thinking of them as a threat. They're only winning games because they're getting penalties. Penalty after penalty after penalty. Yeah, fuck them. Have I done my team selection? I have, but we'll go through it again if you want, ladies and gents, for those that came in a little bit late. Which one is it? This one. Right, here is my predicted 11 for the game tomorrow. For those that aren't aware or haven't come in yet. Allison in goal. I think Nico Williams will come in at right back. I think Fabinho and Matip will be centre back. I think Rob will be left. I was going to say Alexander Arnold there. Rob will be left. Gini Wijnaldum, Milner and Keita is my midfield trio. Then I've gone for Mane, Firmino and Jota. That's what I think. I know people could say Milner at right back. I know people would say maybe Costa Simicas at right back, but that's what I've gone for. And of course, look, as you can see on the side there as well, we have that enhanced special offer with Boyle Sports for the game. Diogo Jota to score the first goal was 5-1. 7-1 now, only available to our subscribers via the link that's pinned to the top of the chat and in the description of the stream. So if you're on that, let me know as well, because if you're signing up, by the way, if this is your first time signing up to Boyle Sports, not only will you get that incredible offer, you'll also get a free bet when you sign up, and depending on if you're in the UK or Ireland, that will differ. If you're in Ireland, I think you'll get 30 quid's worth of sports bets and tenner's worth of casino bets for staking a tenner, and if you're in the UK, I think it's a tenner, but I could be wrong on that one, but you'll definitely get a free bet. What else have we got? There'll always be a mid-league team now or bottom. And look, they've spent... Are you ready for this? Relax now, because this might take you by surprise. Since Sir Alex Ferguson has left, Manchester United have spent £1 billion on transfers. Yeah, £1 billion. £1 billion to be that crap. I don't know. And look, as a club, I respect United. I really do. There's a rivalry there. There's hatred on both sides, but there is a begrudging respect. But I'm sorry, this United team are a long way off. There's a lot of... It sounds crazy after spending £1 billion, but there's a lot of rebuilding to do there. And they can kid themselves as much as they want. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer ain't going to win shit at Manchester United because he is an absolute fraud of a manager. He blagged that job somehow after relegating Cardiff and winning the league title with Molde or somebody like that in the Norwegian league. Shambles. He shouldn't be near a club the size of Manchester United, but leave him there. Leave him there forever. Give him a lifetime contract. They're B-Tech City, said Tyler. Well, to be fair, they'll always be above City in my head. As much as I hate them, Manchester City to me, them and PSG are everything that are wrong with modern day football as far as I'm concerned. No time for either club. What have we got? Take out the S in Spain, and that's what the United squad is. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That'll do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to do about 10 more minutes tonight, but before we finish up, one last time, anyone in the chat who's on the special, let me know. I'm on it. Connor's on it. I think even his missus is on it. And what are your predictions for tomorrow night? I wanted to have a chat around Edison and Allison as well. I nearly forgot about it. Did anybody see? I'm sure you watched the Spurs game earlier on. Both of those goals could have been avoided if Edison stayed on his line. He unnecessarily comes off his line time and time again. There was another occasion he tried to come out and Son nearly got around him, but he was forced wide. The fact that Edison and Allison are being forced into the same conversation, quite frankly, pisses me off. Allison is a far superior goalkeeper to Edison. And those two goals today were completely avoidable from Manchester City's perspective. If the goalkeeper stayed on his line, he would have given the strikers a much more difficult opportunity. But by rushing out like that, all he have to do is free to pass the keeper through his legs and it's a goal. Both of those today, I'd never imagine that Allison would make those mistakes. Now, we will make mistakes. All goalkeepers will make mistakes. But Edison, to me, he's overhyped. He's good at distribution. He can make some decent saves, but his decision making is really subpar for me. Really subpar. What have we got? 2-1 for got cool tomorrow. Thiago's going 2-0. Any update about Thiago? Unfortunately, mate, it looks like he won't be available. That's going off what came out late last night anyway. We may see him on the bench. I mean, that's probably me being optimistic again, but I don't know. It's, as Kloppo said, there's a long season ahead. We need to keep him fit for the season, not just for a game. But it is frustrating because we all want to see and enjoy Thiago playing in midfield. And I'm sure he wants to get back playing as much as anyone. 4-1 tomorrow, said Mickham. 4-1 said X-Track BW as well. What else we got? Sonny's first goal, he nutmegged him as well. Yeah, and he only nutmegged him because he came off the line. If he stays back on his line or in around the 6-yard box, the angle becomes infinitely more difficult then for the player and probably saves it or gives him a more difficult opportunity. It's just silliness, if you ask me. And I know he has to play a sweeper-keeper role. I get that, but I just think his decision-making is nowhere near as good as Allison's. What else we got? Edison said Allison is one step ahead of him. That's honestly, if he said that, fair play to the lad, because he's right. Allison is ahead of him. Thiago said RIP Ray Clements, which of course we fully support as well. For those of you that aren't aware, Ali will be warming up tomorrow in an old vintage kind of Ray Clements-esque tribute jersey, so that's a lovely touch from the club as well. And of course our condolences go to Ray Clements' family. We spoke about this last week. An absolute legend in the club, or earlier on in the week, excuse me, an absolute legend at the club, at Spurs as well. Obviously had great battles with Peter Shilton for that number one spot in England at the times, but yeah, what a player, and look, will be sadly missed, of course. Allison is the number one for Brazil. He is, yes, and rightly so, because he should be. What else we got in the chat before we finish up? I think Klopp said he's back at training with the team but doesn't want to rush him. He's not with the team yet. I think he's doing some other stuff. Maybe he's had a session with the team today, I don't know. I would imagine the lads are probably training this evening, with it being an evening kick-off tomorrow as well. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Can Tottenham challenge Liverpool for the title? I don't think so, Gareth. Certainly they're improving dramatically, there's no denying that, and certainly they could be in and around the Champions League places. I just don't think they'll have enough consistency yet over the course of the season. Oh, West Brom have just hit the bar as well in that game. United are so poxy. They're so jammy, like, honest to God. Football Master, you certainly can have a shout out, mate. How are you? Lovely, welcome into the stream. Because Lamptey was sent off and missed the Liverpool game. That's a shame. Not. He's a cracking player. Man, you were so lucky. They are. I was watching the game there. Hit the crossbar. De Gea was beating all ends up. They're getting away with it yet again. Good to see VVD started light training, said Christopher. It is, mate. It's class. Now, look, don't read that into it. We're not saying he's going to be back ahead scheduler at him, but the man is a machine. Do you know what I mean? He's an absolute beast. Does anyone else think that the refs are being told what to do? No, I wouldn't go. Well, they'll obviously have instruction as in the rules and stuff, mate, but I don't think that they're not being able to make the decisions. I wouldn't say that. Jota or Vardy now. I don't know what that means, mate, but Diogo Jota. He's only, what, 23 years of age? Van Dijk is a machine. Damn right he is, man. Damn right he is. Look at this clown. Liverpool are out of the title race. Alright, mate. And you're predicting us to win tomorrow, which would put us where? Top of the fucking league? Yes. There's no title race without Liverpool, mate. Let's be very clear about that. You can call me arrogant or whatever you want, but Liverpool will be in this title race. If anybody beats Liverpool to this title, it won't be by much. To say we're out of the title race is an absolute joke. It really is a joke. How am I? I'm brilliant, mate. Really, really good. Really looking forward to tomorrow as well. Pulp said not top. I said if we win tomorrow, like the guy has predicted, we will be top. United nearly scored a second there, but Rashford missed from 6 yards. Out of the race. I hope to God it's not a Liverpool fan that was saying that, by the way. That's just madness. Hi Greg, how's the family? My heart stopped working. Doctor saved me. Wow, shit, John. My family are great, mate, but I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're alright. TTV Klopp said, your channel has become a big part of my life. Love coming in and being part of this community. Mate, we love having you. We really love the community we're building here. Full of cracking people. We have a great laugh on here at times as well. We don't take ourselves too seriously, and I love you being in, man. Thank you. Can I please sing the Anfield Road? No, I'm just about to finish up, mate, to be honest, for the night. But we'll be back tomorrow. Loads of stuff coming up on the channel tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the pre-match show, obviously, starting 30 minutes before the game. The watch-along. We'll have our post-match show straight afterwards as well. And let me know if you get on that offer, by the way. And if you want to be given a chance to win one of 10 free, or one of 3 10-quid bets, get over to our preview, watch that, and comment what we ask you to comment. And we'll be announcing the winner of those free bets as well after the game against Leicester tomorrow. So, no, Salah isn't fit, Shane. He's he's fit, but he's unavailable because of his positive result. So that'll keep him out, unfortunately. Already got most of the tough games out of the way, and we're still near the top. Exactly. As I said the other night in the stream, man, we've played Manchester City away, Everton away, Chelsea away. We've played Arsenal. We'll have played Leicester after tomorrow. We played a very good lead side in the opening day as well. We have had a very difficult start to the season. One of, if not the most difficult start of any of the potential top 6 sides, and we're still within spitting distance of that top spot. So I'm happy with where we are right now. We've lost 1 game this season, and we'll never hear the end of it because people love to remind us that we lost a game. Yeah, we did. 1 game. 1 league game. And people are still talking about it. So they're all obsessed with Liverpool because they're afraid of Liverpool. That's the truth at the moment, ladies and gents. If they don't want to admit it, we can't help them. How long is Hendo out for? The honest answer is, buddy, I don't know if he'll be available for Wednesday. Hopefully he will, but if not, I'd hope that we'd see him against Brighton next weekend. But again, we have to wait for an update from the gaffer on that one. Look, ladies and gents, before I go again, just a reminder: 7-1 enhanced special from our sponsors, Boyle Sports, for Thiago Jota to score first tomorrow against Leicester City. Was 5-1, only 7-1 with us. 18 plus, UK and Irish residents only, and that's only available via the link that's at the top of the chat there as well. And as always, gamble responsibly. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight to you all. I will see you wonderful people tomorrow, hopefully for the watch along. I've got a feeling it's going to be a good one. I've got a feeling we're going to have a bit of fun as well. So look, I hope to see you for that. Let me know if you get on that special. Shout out to our sponsor, Boyle Sports, as well, for supporting the channel. And ladies and gentlemen, have a cracking Saturday night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and up the Reds. See you all.